What's up out there? My comments section lit up today and tells me that the Epic Game Store is giving Melvor Idol away free for 24 hours. Now, that is the base game only. It is not the expansions, but I looked over at the site there. They do have the expansions for sale. And this is a very fun game. It's very entertaining. If you don't know what an idle game is, it's basically one that you can pretty much turn on and let it do stuff in the background. You don't necessarily have to focus on it. But unlike things like Cookie Clicker or RuneScape, you don't necessarily have to have it up all the time or running in the background. So you can actually turn this on and then set it to go in offline mode, which doesn't require the client to be running in the background. You can actually turn it on, let it go in the background, and come back. As long as you check it within 24-hour period, you're good. So you can click over to wood cutting, start cutting on normal trees, let it go for a few hours, come back and check it and see what progress you've got, and then you'll level up. It's basically a role-playing game. This is pretty much very similar to RuneScape. A lot of the same ideas apply. The idea of this game came from RuneScape. And in fact, I think RuneScape publishes it now, or Jagex or whoever publishes this now. I think it's still owned by Malx, but it's published by RuneScape or by Jagex because it's so similar to that game. So if you're familiar with RuneScape at all, this is the Excel version, as I like to call it, of RuneScape. So a lot of things are very simple. I played RuneScape 3 for about a year myself. I know it's not old school, but I played RuneScape 3 for about a year. I really liked it. I wanted to continue on, but I've got some other things going on right now. I just don't have time for it. But I love this game. This is a game that I can let run in the background, and I've been playing this for about 3 years now, a little over 3 years, I think. So I let this thing run in the background, and I go check it in the morning. I check it, go eat breakfast, check it periodically throughout the day or evening or whatever. Wake up in the middle of the night, you can log in and check it. I love that about this game. I love that I can just check this. I can check it on my phone. I can check it on the Steam client, whichever one. There is a web client. And as I understand it, if you buy the Steam version, you can log into the web client, or not, well, you can log into the web client also. You don't have to pay for that, but you can also download the Android or Apple app to your phone and log in there. You don't have to buy the app over there. So the same also holds true of the Epic Game Store version. So if you get it on Epic Game Store, you can log into the Android or Apple version for free. You don't have to pay for those versions. You just need to create your account with the Epic Game Store, and then it transfers over to the other side. So that's very cool. And let's see, what else do we have? There are a number of skills. So you've got all these non-combat skills that are here. You do have thieving, which is sort of a combat skill. You cannot do this one offline until you have auto eat and toggle the safety button here. You don't want to toggle this unless you've got auto eat, and you want to make sure that you can, like they tell you the max hit that the monster will do. You want your auto eat to be over that max hit. So you can toggle that. There is a toggle for offline combat down here. They make you answer a series of questions because they want to make sure you're really sure you want to enable that. When you first start the game, your combat sessions will be based on manual healing, and you may not have food in some cases, depending on what game mode you start. So what is an idle game? I had no idea when I first started playing. Pretty much what we just talked about. You can set this game, you can turn on a skill and just let it go in the background. You've got 24 hours to check it, and then you just check it every so often. As long as you check it within that 24-hour period, you'll get the full benefit, or whatever you want to call it. If you check it 25 hours, you're going to lose an hour's worth of progress. So it's in your interest to check it every 24 hours. But I've taken this game on vacation several times. Like over 3 years, you go on trips for work or vacation or whatever, and you end up checking it, and it's great. I love playing this. I love thinking about how to, especially with like Ancient Relic mode we've got going on now, I love thinking about how to address different issues. There's been a number of different speed runs we've done over the years, and each one of them is played a little bit differently. So you start using different gear that you've never used before. It's a numbers go up game pretty much. But if you play in hardcore mode, there is a permadeath there. If you play in adventure mode, you have to buy the skills as you go, and the skills get more expensive as you go. And then if you buy the Atlas of Discovery expansion, they've added Ancient Relic mode, which is a whole different way. I've got the series going on that right now. It's a really cool game mode. I've played every game mode they've offered. We now have modding support. That wasn't there originally, but we do have modding support. This adds game modes. You can add dungeons, new monsters, new equipment, new skills. A lot of things come from modding. So we got a great modding community. There's a lot of quality of life stuff. There's cheat codes in there if you want to just give yourself items and things like that, or improve certain aspects. There's certain things that you can just straight up modify in or out of the game. So the game is very feature rich, and it's a very good time for this game to be offered up for free because there is a lot there. And if you get the 2 expansions, I've got a video I'll link below that I made about whether the expansions work, whether you should hold off. If you have, in short, if you go check the video out, but the short version is, if you have any interest in this game, it is well worth your while to buy the expansions sooner than later. They do not just bolt on to the end and add content at the end. They add content throughout that help you in your entire journey throughout this game. So if you want to support the developer, go ahead and buy the expansions. Or if you're interested in them, I would encourage you to buy the expansions. They are worth it. They do add content that help out throughout, and they do add on other content, other dungeons and stuff like that. So they are worth it, and they're not that expensive, like $10 a piece or something like that, or whatever they are, $5 a piece. I didn't really pay much attention to the cost. I just buy them when they come out, and it's super cheap. I've gotten several years of play out of this, and I think they still have 1 or 2 more expansions coming out. Or, who knows how many more we'll get. But there is a cautionary note I want to say. Because this game's been out for so long, I've been playing it and covering it on my channel for 3 years. So this game came out into early access when I first started playing it, and then it launched into full release. We've had 2 expansions. We've had a number of skills added. We've had a few skills reworked, like Township for one. Township came out and then got reworked. So some of the videos you'll see on my channel, and probably anybody else that covers Melvor Idle, I don't follow other creators because I don't want to pollute my mind with what somebody else does. So I don't follow anybody. I know there are other creators out there, but I'm not sure who or what these days. I don't want to watch somebody do a video and then think, well, I don't need to do a video. They did a great job. I like to just create my own content, so I don't follow anybody else. But that said, the game has changed drastically over the years, so you may not see the current version in the older videos. Or you may look at an adventure mode video and see that it's got 12,800 health and wonder why. That's because adventure mode takes everything times 10, whereas standard and hardcore is just straight up 1,280 hit points. So you may find differences throughout there. Just keep that in the back of your mind. And one big tip is to use the wiki. There's a button down here. I think I've turned it off. There used to be, I don't know if I can see it in here, toggle open wiki icon visibility. So if I toggle this thing on, you will notice that there is where's it at? There should be a wiki button somewhere in here. And maybe I have to restart the client. I thought it was up at the top here. It's like a little W or something like that, a little green W. And maybe, I don't know, I turned it off because I don't want to see it. I actually just go to the wiki on a browser myself. But they've added in the game at strategic points that you can click on, and like if you're in combat, on the combat page in the game and click on that wiki button, it will take you to the relevant page in the wiki, like directly to it, not just to the wiki, because this button down here takes you to the wiki. But if you click the buttons wherever they're at in the strategic locations, it'll take you to the content you're looking at on the screen, which is very helpful. That was an addition they did here a month or so back. That was really good. We talked a little bit about modding. There's a lot of cool mods out there. And then I'm going to link a video about whether the expansions are worth it. The making money video I did. So that's not necessarily a comprehensive guide of every way of making money. I actually approached that video from a little different angle of how you can apply a more general way of applying making money, because there's a lot of ways to make money. Some are definitely better than others. But there's a lot of ways to make money in this game, and I wanted to make it a little more general because when you get a new expansion, new opportunities show up and new items show up that maybe give you 100% gold or plus 100 gold or whatever, or 100% gold or whatever it is on some of them. that may not exist when I make the video. So I tried to make it a little bit more general that kind of just gives you the ideas on, teaching you how to fish, not just giving you a fish. So there is that. And then I'm going to link my playlist of all the Melvor videos for guides. I did adjust the guide video a little bit. I took out some stuff that's no longer relevant, and I reorganized it a little bit so it's a little more new player friendly. I probably need to redo some of the videos that I've got. Some of them I have some errors in that I need to correct, if nothing else. A couple of them I skipped to the next dungeon and then used that gear to go to the previous dungeon. I made a few mistakes in there, so they are known. Definitely check the comment section. Those are thrown to the Herald ones more than anything. But I've got dungeon videos. I've got money-making video. We've got tons of different stuff, not necessarily for all the different skills, but if you have any questions, hit me up in the description or hit me up in the comment section. And a lot of videos that I create come from comments that I get. But enjoy the game. I've had many years of enjoying this, and I plan to enjoy it for many more years. The game is very entertaining. There's a lot of different ways to play it. With the modding we've got now, there's infinite ways of playing, and they've now added the ability to do profiles with modding. So I can actually have one profile for one game mode and a different profile for a different game mode, which means I can actually try cheat mods if I wanted on a specific character that doesn't affect my other characters. So that is very welcome. We just got that today. That was what I expected my video today about, or today's video to be about, was the mod manager. And here we are talking about the free game on the Epic Game Store. So welcome to everyone from the Epic Game Store, or if you're just new in general. And like I said, hit me up in the comments, not the description. Hit me up in the comments section if you got any questions or you want to know anything. I'm willing to look at making different videos on whatever topics for this. I've been playing for a long time. I know a little bit about the game, I think, sometimes, and sometimes I don't know as much as I think I do. But anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.